I'm really sorry for the long intro. If you just want to get to the song, it's around 5 minutes. Sorry. So, while I'm finishing up my dirty little secret, Nathan commented just like 5 minutes ago, but the name caught my attention. It's Faustus. Now, if anyone is a lit freak like I am, you would know the tragical history of Dr. Faustus by Marlowe. Okay, so basically there's this guy and he makes a deal with the devil that for X amount of years, I can't remember because it has been years since I've read it and studied it, he could do whatever he wanted, but he ended up just playing tricks on people and just not really doing anything with it. And he asked for a wife at one point, and Mephistopheles was like, marriage is a holy thing. I can't give you that, but I can give you a succubus, or like a female demon, whatever you want to call them. And he was basically like, okay. So for like 7 years, I think, or until he died, he was on his deathbed. And he had angels coming to him and saying, it's not too late, it's never too late, no matter what you've done, whatever pact with the devil you've made, it is literally never too late. You can always ask for forgiveness. He says no. Then he had demons come to him and say the exact same thing. Are you sure that you want to go to hell for this? Because you haven't done jack shit this entire time. And I'm paraphrasing. And he was like, no. Several times he had the opportunity to turn back, and he didn't. And he wound up being drugged to hell. It is one of my favorite British classics, along with a world lit classic called Bisclavret, which I pronounced that wrong because it's French, but it's basically about this knight who, he goes and he puts his clothes under this rock and he turns into a werewolf once a month, right? Well, his wife at the time was like, you're cheating on me. I know you're cheating on me. Where would you go for 2 days at a time? I get it. But he fucked up and he let her in on the secret. So what this bitch does and goes, and like he can't turn back unless he puts his clothes on with the special medallion or something. So what this bitch does is goes, takes his clothes from his secret hiding spot and his medallion or whatever it was, and I think it was a necklace, and hides it in the house, and that she acts like he's dead, and she was cheating on him with one of his like fellow knights anyways, and so they're together. So he's like this werewolf creature, but he's not like what we think of as werewolf, like an actual wolf, just kind of big. So, and might I add, he was one of the king's favorite knights. So the king sent out a search, couldn't find him, declared dead. He goes on a hunting trip and he finds this wolf creature, and it acts friendly, and so everyone was like, shoot it, kill it, and he was like, no. So he ended up bringing him back to the castle, and he was so loyal to the king, honestly. He went on hunts with him. He slept with him, like, in his bedroom. Like, he was treated very well. So there was a ball, and all of the knights and their spouses were invited. Now this bitch, who had been cheating on him with a fellow knight, they were both there. So the wolf goes fucking crazy when he sees him and starts attacking him. He went for the girl, and he like bit her nose off. So the other knights were like, this is a wild animal, you have to put him down. And the king was like, no, wait, because he's never acted like this before. There must be a reason. So he had the knight and the bitch tortured until they gave up the information, and they brought the clothes back, and he became the king's favorite again, and all was well. And it is said that her line, like her descendants, because I guess she had a baby with one of them, somewhere along the line, bitch got pregnant, and none of the female members of her family forever and ever would have a nose. I was taking French at the time, and so it's a lot more thorough than that. You can get like the English version, but it's not as in-depth as that. So yeah, I have a degree in British literature, or like English, or like whatever you want to call it. Did me no fucking good. I just want to throw that out there. If you're someone who's watching this and you're like, oh my god, that sounds amazing, because I was going to be like an editor or something, because I fucking love literature. You can't do anything with that unless you want to go up into like your master's or get your PhD and become like a professor. But I got pregnant, so I went the route I did. So that's a little backstory on a couple of classics and my life. So this isn't supposed to be as intense as Infant Annihilator. He did say that. But he also mentioned this had some nice production work, and overall the quality was very, very well, and had some nice grooves to it. So we're about to put my dirty little secret out and hit play. Salvation and not very melodic, it's just really heavy metal. like that to be a little higher. So that's about the heaviest I'll go, without like a melodic element. That was on the heavier side. I mean, that's totally fine. I wish the guitar in the solo was turned up just a bit, but other than that, it was a great song. I actually like it more now that I'm not listening to it and I'm just thinking about it. I kind of want to go back and dissect a few of the layers. But yeah, overall, it was really good. It did have a good production value. There were some nice grooves. It was exactly as advertised. So, and I hope you guys enjoyed the history lit lesson if you stayed. If you didn't, I completely understand. But on to the next one.